guys, welcome back to the Fastbreak. We're back. I'm your host Koketso, and on today's show, I just have Shaz. The rest of the guys were not available, so it's just
Don't
Shaz and I
worry,
tonight.
the GOAT is back. The king of
You're not
analysis is back. The
what?
ratings are up.
Okay,
The ratings are up. How are you doing, Kosi? Are
because
you
you're back.
excited? Are you excited? A lot of things to cover before we jump into opening night. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I want to argue with you in terms of your analysis, but you were right about Candace Parker. You
Say it
know,
one more time. I missed that. Sorry, just
you
from
were
your.
right about Candace Parker.
I
She
think
left the LA Sparks to win a chip for the Chicago Sky. That's
yeah.
very impressive.
I think honestly, it certifies her as an all-time goat, and I think because if I'm correct, 2 seasons ago she was voted the most overrated player in the WNBA,
Yeah.
and even above that, in an elimination game, she only played 11 minutes. I think there was so much disrespect towards her, and I think that core team as the Chicago Sky, I think they can run it back. I think
No.
their
Okay.
their MVP, their MVP is probably the future of the league. And I say that very bravely, but she really stepped up. I was very shocked. But for me, the biggest story and um, the most poetic story is Candace Parker leaving LA, going back home, winning a franchise, and proving that
Yeah.
she is an all time great. And I saw on the top 25 list, she's number 9 now. She's gone up, and I think that's exciting for her.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, what she did. I mean, it just certifies. You certified. Well, let me start. I do
Simplify.
agree with you, right? She's goated. After what she did, she's goated
Yeah.
because she left LA Sparks because of her whatever she was having with Derek Fisher, right?
Mm.
2016, she wasn't selected for the Olympics team. What else happened? A lot have happened.
She wasn't.
A
She wasn't
lot
even
happened.
selected for this one. Remember, she wasn't selected
Oh
in
yeah,
this
and
one.
this year as well.
Mm.
So for me, yeah, no, you
She was
can't hate.
defensive player of the year, and she didn't make WNBA first team for defensive
Exactly. She
player of the
didn't
year.
make the all defensive team, first and second team. So what she
And she
did
wasn't an
with the
All Star.
Chicago Sky, amazing,
And she wasn't an All
amazing.
Star. I want to ask you a question because I've got to ask you about Phoenix. Phoenix is actually meant to be a better team. They
Yeah,
actually
hundred
have
percent.
two GOATs in the top 25 of the WNBA. They have
Mm-hmm.
Diana Taurasi and they have Brittany Griner. Do you think they blew it? Because you have those two players who are meant to bring it home.
I mean, I wouldn't say because honestly, if we're talking about teams blowing it, I'd actually point my fingers to Las Vegas Aces because honestly, that team was the strongest team in the NBA. They were seeded number one. I don't understand why they couldn't make it to the finals, right?
And
So all these teams,
yeah,
even Connecticut Sun,
yeah, and I think for me
yeah,
one of the biggest disappointments as well in those WNBA teams was I really thought Seattle was going to give it a better run.
no,
They didn't even try. I was just like,
no, but no, there were injuries. There
they
were
didn't give it a
definitely
chance.
injuries. There were
So
definitely injuries.
and I really think like I said, I think the Chicago Sky is built a certain way. I think
Yeah.
it will make a bold call. You know me and my bold calls. Run it back. Candace Parker, go to
No worries.
put
For
money on
me,
it.
dude, it's so hard running it back to back in the WNBA. We've never seen it happen. Okay, the Sparks did it, and then I forgot which team did it, but only two teams did it, dude, in the history of the WNBA. So it's quite hard running it back to back. But okay,
Yeah.
I'm saving this. Oh,
And
it's
also,
recording, so that's fine.
yeah. And also, I think, just holistically with the WNBA this season and this postseason, it was super exciting. They got a lot of backing by basketball lovers holistically. It was a really great season. I commend the
Yeah.
WNBA for running the way it ran. And, they really got the game out there. And yeah, I'm super excited for the next one.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Wait, hold on. So, I agree with you, right? I mean, it's the 25th anniversary, so
Mm.
obviously, marketing was huge, and the orange hoodie also, just made its rounds. Like everyone was just wearing the orange hoodie, and yeah, obviously it's gonna grow. And I liked how other celebrities now started attending games for Candace Parker.
Mm.
Chicago. Who was there? Chance the Rapper. Some Chicago
Dwayne
basketball
Wade,
players.
Dwayne
Exactly. You know
Wade.
what I mean? And even Phoenix as well. So you got Chris Paul was there. So a lot of people showed up, and I like that. This is what Kobe. This is Kobe's legacy, actually.
Hundred
This is
percent, I
Kobe's
agree with
legacy.
you. And
You know.
what do I want to say? Oh, I missed my point. So anyway, yeah, let's move on. I forgot it.
Oh, okay, we can
Move
move
on.
on. We're gonna talk about the NBA. The NBA is back. 75th anniversary.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You saw the promo. Did you see the promo?
I loved that ad. Is probably one of the greatest NBA ads I've ever seen. Um, it moved my heart to when Devin Booker did the Kobe tribute. That one was. I think it like everybody who loves basketball almost dropped the thug
Yeah.
tear. It was a great ad. I wanted more Steph Curry. I was very shocked that we didn't even get like a Steph Curry big
You
thing.
wanted
But I
more
love
Steph Curry. There was
yeah,
one person who was missing, and that person, he shouldn't have been missing.
who
Michael Jordan. How is he
yeah
missing?
yeah
I didn't
look yeah.
understand.
I think that one was political. I think it was just political,
What?
or maybe unavailable. But I love the opening. I loved Magic and Larry Bird. Like it was like
100%.
throw. It was like a real throwback to two eras. 75. I mean, Bill Russell's cameo as well. I was like, that is beautiful. I love where the season is going, and I can't wait for us to start talking a bit of X's and O's. Before we get there, we need to deal with the controversy that's been clouding the NBA. Should we start with your team? I'd love to. I'd love to start with your team, Koki.
Yeah, we can start
Let-
with Kyrie Irving. I mean,
Let's
I
start with
guess.
Kyrie Irving.
Let's start with Kyrie Irving. I mean, Kyrie. So Kyrie decided not to get vaccinated, and obviously he's putting everyone else in danger. Oh yeah, or at risk of contracting COVID. So as a result, the Nets were like, "Dude, we're not going to play you." Also, the New York City was like, "Dude, no, you
Mm,
can't be working, I guess, and being an anti-vax. You're going to have to vaccinate." So
right.
Brooklyn Nets were like, "Okay, cool. We're not going to deal with your problem. We're not going to deal with your drama. So it's either you get vaccinated or we won't play you for the whole season."
And
He hasn't said anything yet.
well, he said on the Instagram live that because he released a subsequent live, and he was like, "Well, personal beliefs. They're trying to force me." He said, "I'm not really
Please.
anti-vax. I'm against the NBA trying to mandate us and control us." But here's my thing, Kyrie, you signed up for a team. Everybody else in your team is vaccinated because they have the goal of winning a ring. I think once again, Kyrie Irving showing his selfishness, and I don't know where Kyrie gets off with all of these things that he does, and it's not the first time where he lands a team in some sort of
Yeah,
drama.
just
He's done it.
drama.
He's done it. He's done it everywhere, and I think one for his legacy, it gives him so much problems because you can't trade him because he's not getting vaccinated. He's not playing. He's jeopardizing my title contention. And you know what? I think that if I am the superstars in that team, I'm kind of like, you know what? Fine, we'll do it without you. It just means other
Yeah,
touches. James Harden gets to play. He's solid game now. He doesn't really have to distribute the ball that much, and KD will get his touches. But I think as a front office, what an unnecessary distraction. I really do
yeah, it's
back
just
the Brooklyn Nets saying that you know what, for the sake of the health of players, athletes, fans, support staff, until you jump on, yeah, I think that you can't play. So Kyrie, I agree with Stephen A. Smith. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta
do
go.
do
I
you think
mean,
he's gonna retire? Because obviously there's no team. Oh, I guess I doubt there's any team that wants him. right? So let's say the Brooklyn Nets are like, you know what, we're letting you go. Obviously, there's no team who's going to take him because the same problem will still stand.
Yeah, I think if he retires, what a
Yeah,
absolute
a waste,
um waste
waste
and
of
such
talent.
a waste of talent, and also someone who's about to enter really their peak of their career. I mean, his
Hmm.
numbers were incredible. We were talking about him in top five in the MVP race last season, and then all of these things happen. And then if it wasn't the vaccine issue, it was him randomly not coming into practice or him randomly needing some rest. And like I said, he's becoming a constant distraction. Even if he goes somewhere else, how do you now predict that he will stay consistent and play for your team? You know, it's a really a hard sell, and I really back the Brooklyn Nets. But once again, unnecessary drama, unnecessary distraction, huge spits in the face to people like Kevin Durant and James Harden, who joined based on his mandate. You know, and
Exactly.
I really feel strongly about it. I'm like, Kyrie, once again, just full of drama. If he retire, I'll really be shocked if he retires. But in true Kyrie fashion, I wouldn't.
I I wouldn't be shocked, but then what does that mean for him? Like, are you planning to come back or what? Because I doubt the league will actually accept players who are not vaccinated, even in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah. I think he has to get vaccinated, and
Yeah,
I and if I agreed with this point, it's really not he's not presenting anything scientific, and I think everybody said like, look, this is a scientific point, like you've got to, I understand the social justice issues that Kyrie stands for. That is something that we completely back him on. But this
mm-hmm.
one, there is no science, there is no backing. Him and the guy from the Magic, I forgot, Jonathan Isaacs. Him and Jonathan Isaacs, I don't get it, and it's not money motivated. That's a crazy part. At least with
That's
Andrew
so weird.
Wiggins,
Yeah,
Andrew Wiggins said,
what?
"I'm gonna lose how much? I'm going back. Yo,
Yeah, no,
my
I'm gonna
bad."
get vaccinated. Yeah.
Also, he was just like, "My bad, yo. I messed up, yo. I was just talking out of my neck." So, I mean, on my end, just to close my politics on Kyrie, unnecessary distraction. Even if he does vaccinate, he's missed a whole off season. They're probably gonna have to quarantine him. He's not playing opening night. Where is he fitness wise? Has he been training? So many unnecessary issues.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's me.
Yeah, enough about Kyrie. Let's jump on to Ben Simmons. This
My
whole Ben Simmons thing is
goodness,
so weird for me. I find it so entertaining. It's so
I
funny.
love
I
it.
don't understand. So at the end of the season, Doc Rivers was like, okay, we're gonna have to make a plan, whatever. And then Joel Embiid was like, he's done with Ben Simmons, right? And it also looked like Ben Simmons was done with the team as well, right?
Mm,
But then, because even Rich Paul, there was a time where Rich Paul was talking to the 76ers, saying that, okay, obviously he doesn't want to come back. Doc Rivers didn't want him back anyways, but
mm,
now there are teams that don't want him as well, and he was forced back to practice.
mm.
Just
Well,
because Ben Simmons is so weird.
I don't necessarily think he was forced back to practice. I think, look, there's a
What?
bit of he wasn't forced back. He kind of didn't have a job, so he actually
That's
had a job.
force.
He had a job, and then he's just like he threw his toys out. But I think contextually, once again, I go back to the initial postseason. A lot of these problems were Doc Rivers' problems. You don't throw your superstar under the bus for having a bad playoff run. You pick it up and run it again. Doc Rivers, on a coaching perspective, really shouldn't have done that. He should have backed his superstar and they move on. I mean, this has happened before where superstars maybe choke in those type of situations. These things have happened. He didn't back his superstar. His superstar then said, "I don't want to be here no more." Threw his toys out. And then Joel Embiid should have actually and this is where like the back and forth and the chaos in the 76ers own organization is so bad where
Mm-hmm.
they should have gotten rid of him. They should have gotten rid of him before we
But
kicked off the season.
how?
Because now as the season has gone on and as you've seen, there is no value for Ben Simmons. Nobody wants him. They try to do that blockbuster trade where Bradley Beal and somebody would
Yeah, it
join, but
doesn't make
the
sense.
problem is that the trade value for Ben Simmons is super low. And now he tried to come back to the team. Then when he came back to the team, he didn't want to do drills or defensive drills. Then Doc Rivers kicked him out. And the big issue that I feel, and now Doc Rivers kicked him out. Now Joel Embiid has actually issued a statement and put it down that he really doesn't care for Ben Simmons, doesn't care for that man, and he wants to continue with the team as is right now. The big problem, which I foresee, which is going to happen now, especially with this Ben Simmons thing, is until you get a solve, your other superstar is going to be frustrated because it's a constant
Yeah.
distraction from the Sixers becoming a title contender because you can't get rid of this asset, and he keeps on bringing in drama into the team. We haven't heard anything about the growth of the 76ers or anything about the 76ers because of this whole Ben Simmons thing. There's constant drama around it. They lost Jimmy Butler. They've lost Al Horford. Where does, if you defend Joel Embiid, there is no option number two. You can't spread the floor. His workload has gotten so much worse now because he's really going to have to play majority of the game and be the offensive threat. It's an unnecessary drama. My goodness, Ben Simmons. Also, I think Ben Simmons at some point needs to toe the line, and I blame a bit of it on his team. If I'm his agent, and I'm on Ben Simmons' team, I'm like, look, go there and atone, because the worst thing that he's gonna face is that he's gonna go back to Philly, and then when he goes back to Philly, those fans are going to boo
Yeah.
him out
Yeah.
of the arena. Those are unforgiving fans. They've been dragged through everything because of Ben Simmons, and unfortunately, you can't trade him. So he might not even play ball this season because he's not playing the opener. He's definitely not playing the opener, and we don't know what
Yeah, he's
happens.
not. He's suspended, no?
Suspended for the first game. Doc Rivers says he's not playing the first game. He was thrown out of practice. How do you even start to build a chemistry around that? That's such a toxic locker room right now. And it's like, I'm like, Ben, whoa, I think you just need to calm down, go back, shoot some free throws, and stop being an influencer. I've been saying this about Ben Simmons.
Wait, influencer? What?
Yeah, Ben Simmons is a glorified influencer.
Oh, what? Okay, cool. Okay, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Opening night, right? Western
Excited.
Conference. Your team is playing GS Dub. I just need a team. Which team are you backing? Are you backing your team?
We're not even gonna unpack it. You just want to go straight
No,
into it. You're not
nothing.
gonna give me a minute. Give me a
Yeah,
minute.
no.
We're gonna win.
Go on.
We're
Okay,
gonna be
Lakers. Okay.
Lakers are winning on the back of Russell Westbrook putting up a big night today. No
Oh,
limits.
okay, okay. Eastern Conference. Who do you have? Nets, Bucks.
Damn, that's tough. Um,
That's not tough.
I
It's
think
really
no.
not tough because think about.
I think the
Okay, go
Bucks.
on.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks
Cool.
because of all the distractions that have happened with the Nets. I don't think they focus on basketball right now. Kyrie thing has thrown them off. And
Oh,
without
please.
Kyrie, you've your one the next offensive threat is gone. Because remember they were the three-headed assassin.
We got Patty
And
Mills, guys. We got Patty Mills.
I'm going with the Bucks. I'm going with the champs. It's also ring night. I'm
Oh,
going with the champs. I'm going with the
oh,
champs.
please. Ah, no,
And
nothing, nothing. Okay, I'm for the Nets and then GS Dub, obviously.
why
But
wait? Why obviously for GS Dub? That doesn't why?
what do you mean?
We've
This
added
is a
we've
healthy
added so
team,
much
a young team.
we've added so much firepower. But anyway, I've told you.
Yeah,
Listen,
and
listen,
preseason, preseason, preseason.
we had a whole new team. We had a whole new team. We had
It's
a whole
still
new
that
team.
same team. It's still the
It's a
same
whole
team
new
tonight. What do you
it's a
say?
whole new team. It's a whole new team.
It's the
It's
same.
op- it's opening night. And
Please.
also it's opening night. And let me tell you something. AD got to show up as well. Big a big thing that we're gonna see tonight is AD has to show up. He will play at the 4 and the 5, and
Mm.
I'm really expecting some big things because Russell Westbrook basically will play the whole game. He's got the legs. He's got to play the whole game. Russell's got to have a big game today. Give LeBron some rest. Let LeBron play 30 minutes, 32 minutes. Save my boys' legs. But they've got to do something big, and I'll be up at 4 o'clock. But
Okay.
Steph Curry, ooh, Oof.
DSW is winning, and the Nets, obviously. But yeah, it's opening night. The NBA is back. Shout out to Candace Parker, Chicago Sky, Kalia Copper. Yeah, today's show is very short, guys. But we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and everything. See you guys next week. Bye.